Hey everybody, it's Bust, continuing our playthrough of the Path of Champions. Today, we're going to be doing battle with Darius, and we're up against Lulu and the Fae Sorceress. And so, it should be pretty straightforward for us in this one. It's another fairly easy one. We have our Darius up to 2 stars, so we're getting the rallies and the big boosts whenever we start combats and having the extra mana for every turn. Darius is a champion level 10, which unlocks some cool stuff. And for the rare relic we get to play, I'm just going to go with the plunder one. You know, why not? It seems very Darius-y. I don't know. I guess it should be more Bilgewater-y than Darius-y, but I like the idea of having the plunders come through. And so I don't think it's going to be relevant. As we run through these earlier adventures, we find that we just don't even play Darius anyways, and so maybe we'll find a way to get a plunder in and then still attack with the Darius. I guess we could like make a big open attack, get the 15 power rally, and then after we do the 15 power rally, play our Darius, get the cannon barrage, and get a final attack in. But it's all speculative. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe maybe we won't even have to play him. But as far as these are concerned, like Hold Them Off is one of them that I'm willing to just go ahead and start with. It's not that big of a deal against the Lulu here, but things like Hold Them Off get progressively stronger as the games go on. And you need to have a much stronger early game to just stop the dairy or the Dravens of the world from running over you. But it'll give us a nice bit of interactivity here. We'll go ahead and start with it. I feel it's like right on the edge as to where I would like to re-roll it to pick up something that lets us cheat a little bit better or look for domination or something. But I think it's okay here, and that we shouldn't be struggling too much with these starts. And we can just save our re-rolls for something a little bit flashier later. All right, sparring student, here we go. Coming in hot with the big old grenadiers. It's so close to just lethaling. It depends on if they have a unit and how big that unit is. If he doesn't have a unit, we just lethal him. Nimble Poro, you get KO'd here. Not the greatest start for the sparring student. GG. All right, let's see if it gives us something cool, something early and aggressive. None of that's what we have here. I don't really like re-rolling when we don't have the items attached to anything, and so I'm just going to go with something here, and I figured that something should probably be the Calling Strike. I don't feel like units are a worry for us right now, and so we'll pick up the interactivity. And coming out of these, of course, never want to pick up the lurkers. It just doesn't really work in this version of the Path of Champions. Same kind of goes to Zerath. We don't have any landmarks in our deck, and so this one's going to be Udyr or Bust, and he's not great, right? He's already pretty expensive. We have the expensive stuff covered with Darius, and so I'm going to give these a reroll and just look for some cheaper units. Ari's fine. Like, I don't really want to be recalling our own units. The Dancing Droplet's a pretty good unit, though. I think I'm just going to get rid of these as well. Look for a cheaper set of units, and the Gnar gets the job done. This is fairly mid-rangey, but we're out of options. We're out of rerolls, and so we just have to go for it. It's pretty tempting to go for the healer just so that we can try and cut some of this expensive stuff out of our deck. I think I'm going to go for that with this one as opposed to trying to pick up some additional items. I don't need filler at this point, right? I just want to have a good curve every game. And then we're going to be okay. Gnar does give us kind of an interesting way to deal with getting a plunder for Darius and generating the pokey stick. I can't imagine that scenario is ever going to come up, but it give us something. It give us an option. Go with the ballista. No 2-drop. This is pretty embarrassing for a start. This is why I went the healer path, so we could try and get some of this mid-rangey style stuff out of our deck. Okay, well, we'll just be chunking in damage here. Gnar is about to go mega, and then we should be able to finish this off on our next turn. We can at least do this. I mean, we can save up the pokey stick. We can get the Darius on turn 6. Go out with a bit of flash. What's he doing? Planting some puff caps on us? Okay. It's like I don't really want to draw the cards from this dum-dum. Let's just play Affectionate Poros this turn. Just preserve our health for the future turns. We're not at risk of losing this. I mean, I'm not even going to bother with the Darius. Sad day for those of you looking to have fun out there. Just not even going for the Cannon Barrage. But we got him. Pretty easy. What do we got? It's House Spider. It's not spectacular, but it is cheap, and that's the name of the game here today. Cut a card. We just scroll right down to the bottom. Probably just want to get rid of Spotted Toad. Like, I'd like to get rid of the Toad. I'd like to get rid of everything here in the bottom row, but the Toad is the most expensive one. All right, on to the old Kelp Maidens. Maybe we can come out a little bit more aggressively in this one. Oh, we got the Grenadier. That's the main way for us to do it. All right, much better. Much better than the previous one. Stack them, stack them. Uh-oh. The Kelp Maidens aren't ready for this aggression. What do you got? A pokey stick to the face? Okay. That's not that big of a deal. Gonna drop emotes? I can drop an emote. It's not my first rodeo. Alright, we got 3 5-power units on the board. We'll just call it quits there and slam in the attack. Get you all out of here a few seconds earlier. I drop an emote. I got it. Alright, these all suck. I'm not really interested in any of this. Like, I don't know. Like, Ice Shard's not going to pull anything off. I guess we'll just take Weapons of the Lost here. Can't imagine we're going to play this at any course throughout the trial. Don't really want any of these either. They're all so expensive. Alright, no treasures for us. Into the shop. Created cards cost 1 less. Are we even creating any cards? I don't think that we are. Hunting boar is kind of interesting, but everything here is so slow. We've got to pull off the plunders. Maybe we can do that. If we get a plunder, we can start playing these Fury of the Norths on the cheap, and then with them being on the cheap, we can follow up with our big rally attack. All right, our only created card here is there would be the generated card from Thorn of the Rose, and then there'd be the Pokey Stick out of Gnar. I don't think that's really worth adding a power to our deck for. It is worth cutting cards, though. We can cut those Weapons of the Lost that we just had to add in. I appreciate Fizz giving us all the spell mana, though. That would be one of my favorites, having that sorcery power. It's just so strong. It's like I don't mind getting a bonus 3 mana every turn of the game. Alright, let's go ahead and clear some of these out. Got the 0 power Fizz. I forgot what it was like for an opponent to even have a unit at this point. I think this is the first activation we've had on the Frostbite. but we're getting pretty close to lethal. We're almost there. I'm going to give the bonus attack to our Affectionate Poro, so if we want to hook something in, we have the option. Ew, Shadow Fiend. Alright, well, it's going to take an additional attack to get through this. This would be the game where we get to play our Darius. Maybe we should have kept some of them around a little bit easier. So much for that. Maybe we will just lethal right away. Okay, so man, the free attack is great. Let's maybe we'll get to pull off a free attack with Darius. I'm never really excited about adding a bunch of copies of Darius to our deck because he's so expensive, but why not? Why not? And then here I'll take the endurance. We don't have anything to give bonuses to our units on board. We'll skip over the golds, go straight for the item chest route. I think we can handle a swole squirrel here today. He's not that big a deal. Oh, goodness. There's the ballista. It's like, this is going to be really awkward if all we could do for the turn is play Affectionate Poro. But the ballista was the perfect draw. Oh, shit, I forgot about the Swole Squirrel power. I was like, why are all of our units so gigantic? Well, that's why. That's why. You didn't want to attack into Gnar? You didn't want to give him that free bonus with the barrier? I don't blame you. Easy, easy. Okay, any of this interesting? I guess you can add in an Unscarred Reaver. Like if we play it as our first card, well, this Fury of the North is only going to cost 1 mana. Okay, that seems pretty decent. It's so tough to pass up on the -3, the -3 cost. And here, Iron Ballista is our bread and butter unit. Glad to add more copies of him to the deck. Into the shop. Give your weakest ally +3/+3. Sure enough, that's a great power. And then all these other cards. Ooh, the Iron Ballista upgrade. Okay. Then do we want this the Spellslinger? He's pretty strong. But I think we probably have enough early game plays at this point. We got, an epic champion item chest. Don't mind if I do. What's this? When either player summons a unit, give it barrier this round. Okay. That's going to work well with our free attack chariot thing that we have going on, our Iron Ballista. I'm on board. So many options out of the Iron Ballista. You gonna block? No blocks? I don't blame you. You wanna plunder off any of these Fury of the North? We're close. I mean, we're pretty close to getting the overwhelm, and we're at 15 here. Let's pick up a second attack. So we'll get the rally off of this because of our Darius ability, right? We get the attack token back, and then we can do some furying of the north and get an additional attack in. We can just kill him right here. Let's be real. We don't have to go for too many style points with this. Okay, epic chest. Hope it has something cool in it. But here to end this one, always take the Legion rear guard. I can't pass that guy up. Then here, what does this give my supported ally +1/+1 and my keywords? I guess this isn't as epic as I wanted it to be. Onto the healer, cut something expensive. You all know the drill at this point. You can get rid of bloody business. Onto the Lulu. Do you think we'll play a Darius? Is Darius going to be involved in this game? Probably not. Probably not. Not a superstar start though. Maybe this will make it to turn 6 just because we can't deal enough damage fast enough. Want to give us the free block? Kind of lame, dude. We'll bring it all. He can get a value block onto the squirrel, but I don't think the AI usually does that. Looks like the AI usually does that, but it's not that big of a deal. That tasted purple. Oh my gosh, he's bringing the Lulu right in. Okay, we can let him keep the Lulu, then we won't lose our units this way. That's fine. Gonna go with the house spider path here so we can play spells if we want. It's like we have this calling strike. It of course works very well with the frostbitten units, but let's see if we can't land a calling strike on the squirrel here. Nopify? Okay. Nopify is at least better than Twin Disciplines, I think. Keep him from getting the big bonuses. Alright, our first rally attack coming through. Is it going to be enough? It's like 9 damage coming in. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Maybe we'll get to play a Darius now. Oh, is this free attack enough? Apparently so. All right. Not a bad set of battles. And so I know we went through this one pretty quickly. This is a fairly straightforward set of battles, though. I don't think even at 0 or 1 champion powers you'll have too many struggles with these. Again, the way I like to approach these is to just kind of keep our curve low, keep everything cheap. We did stack a bunch of Dariuses here, but if you're really struggling with this, you probably just want to avoid Darius, right? If we're coming out and adding a bunch of 6th-cost champions to our deck, that's really going to drive our curve up, and then you start to run the risk of just flooding your hand full of 6-cost champions. And so I usually look to just keep the curve low, pick up a cheap set of cards, and ideally a cheap champion, and then stack all of the items onto the other champion so that you don't have like 4 and 5 and 6 copies of Darius in your deck because he is quite pricey. But with that being that's our video for today. Hope you all enjoyed, learned a thing or two, and you have yourselves a good one out there.